Hello YouTube, welcome back to my YouTube channel. We have just arrived in the village of Braithwaite, and that's a small village in the northern fells of the Lake District. And as you can see, the weather is absolutely beautiful. In fact, it's supposed to get better later on this evening, all blue skies, and tomorrow's supposed to be even better. So I couldn't miss this opportunity to get myself out for a camp. I didn't do any camps in February due to the bad weather. Now it's the 8th of March today, so this will be my second camp in March. So yeah, we're making up for lost time. But unfortunately, it has forecast to be a little bit windy up there. It's forecast 25-30 mile an hour wind. So I brought the air raid shelter tonight. I brought the Kuiu Storm Star because I know it's really good in the wind, and it's just a bit of peace of mind in case things pick up and get any worse. So anyway, let's move on and see what happens there. Look at this, colours, the birds are singing, the shades are on, spring has sprunged. So the route I'm taking today is quite an easy one. Literally just follow the path adjacent to Coaldale Beck, and it takes you straight up to Eel Crag, I think it is, and that's where the grass starts. You go up to Eel Crag, and then turn left to Wandope or right to Grassmore. I've not decided what I'm doing yet, but I know the water source is up there. Actually, I've done that walk, the Grassmore round, in one of my earlier videos if you want to check it out. An alternative way up there, which is the route I did in that video, was up Whiteside, and it's like that. I wasn't going up there, so I thought this is slightly longer. This is 4.2 miles, I think, but what's the rush? Can you hear that squeaking? Should have brought a bottle of WD-40 with me, shouldn't I? I have to say, I'm loving this path, or dirt track, whatever you want to call it. But look at that. That's what's facing you the entire time. I'm pretty sure that's Grassmore, or if it's not, Grassmore's on the other side. But you can see where we cross now. You can see where we cross Coaldale Beck. The path there swings round, and then we go right and then back on ourselves. It's a little bit breezy down here, so I think the weather was right. I think it's going to be breezy up there. So anyway, it's always an adventure. There you go, you can see why I'm called the rockhopper now, can't you? By the way, I had no idea that northern rockhopper was actually an Alaskan penguin until a few weeks after I started doing my YouTube channel, but anyway, that's another story. Ooh, just having a bit of a pit stop here because this is the gradual start of the ascent. I've marched on through that path, to be honest. I've not had a bit of a respite, so just had a bit of a slurp of the old Lucasade. I'm gonna have a couple of minutes and then we get going. You can see the path we've taken all the way through the valley, the Indecisive slate mine. Just having a little bit of a pit stop. Got plenty of time today. We're in the shade, so cooling off a little bit. I've only got the thin layer on today. Last time I went to Wales last week, I was too hot most of the way. So thin layer, nice lightweight thin layer. And I've also got the exact same one in my bag for tonight because I can feel myself sweating. Even though it's moisture wicking, you still feel a little bit damp. So for the weight of it, just take it off and then swap it over when I get up there. Do you do that? So we've just arrived at our water source for tonight. This is the outside tap, and you might recognise this, some of you. This is the water source I filled up on the Grassmore Round video. I'll put a link in the description, but you can see Whiteside over there, that ridge line, Hopegill Head, and in the background over there is Grisdale Pike. So let's get filled up. When I was filling the water up then, I just spotted two guys walking up this path with pretty big backpacks on, so I suspect they might be camping up here. And if I'm a gambling man, they'll be in the spot that I want tonight. But if that's the case, we'll just have to find somewhere else. That's the beauty of wild camping. You never know where you're going to end up. One dope. Look at this. How's this for a view? I'm not sure if you can tell with the microphone on, but it's pretty breezy up here. Oh. So this was the goal for tonight. I was going to go up Grassmore, but as soon as I saw that steep path, I was like, nah. So I'm just going to mooch around here for a bit. To be honest with you, I might check the weather, make sure the wind's not going to get picked up anymore, because I'm quite exposed up here. So I might drop down yet. See what happens. Well, it was absolutely bang on with the weather. It is windy up here. I've just had the Kestrel out and measured 29 mile an hour, and you get some stronger gusts in between, so I don't think I'm going to camp up here. I mean, like I say, I've got the Storm Star, but I think I'm going to try and find somewhere a little bit more sheltered. And I'm certainly not going to go Grassmore, because if it's like that here, it's going to be windy up there as well. So I did have my eye on a little spot before. That was back down there, so I might head back down there. And I'm going to save this for a nice night, because it's nice and flat. Views are unreal up. You see Great Gable over there and all the Scarfells. High style. You've got Buttermere down here. So yeah, it'd be a shame to have a camp up here when the weather's crap. I don't know, should I put the tent up? I've just checked the weather apps, and they're saying it's going to be constant 15-20 mile an hour winds and 24 mile an hour gusts, which in the grand scheme of things isn't a lot. It just makes things a little bit unpleasant, that's all. I'm going to go and have a look behind that little lump of earth and see if we can get a pitch behind there, but if not, I'm just going to go back up there. I think it's not too bad. I mean, I've had the tent out in 40 mile an hour winds and he didn't flinch, but what it is, I'm comparing it to last week's tranquil, breathless camp, and I just want one of them again, but it's not going to happen. Anyway, let's go see if there's a spot behind there. Just taking a moment to enjoy the view. This is Whiteless Pike. Now, I know there are a couple of spots on here, but the only thing is with the Storm Star, she's got a big footprint. So I'm not going to be able to squeeze her on this one. So the options are go back up to Grassmore, where there are loads of spots, but it's going to be windy, or just go back to Wandoop, where it's going to be no more than 30 mile an hour. I mean, tops 40, which I know that can take. It's moments like this I wish I'd have brought the solo, because I've seen 3 pitches I could have pitched a solo in. The solo is great because it squeezes into little spots. I mean, to be honest, I did buy the Storm Star to camp on the summits, and when the wind's pretty rough, so I bought the Kuiu Storm Star to camp on the summits, and when the wind's rough, what are we waiting for? Right, change of plan. I've got the little devil here saying, get up to Wandoop, get your tent pitched up. And I've got the little angel here saying, you're not going to enjoy yourself. The wind's going to be howling all night. And the temperature's supposed to drop down to 1 tonight, so it's going to be a cold, bitterly wind as well. So, not listening to the devil this time, listening to the angel. And we're going to go and camp at the little spot I saw earlier on. And hopefully it's out the wind. If it's not out the wind, we'll be going home. Only joking. We'll find somewhere. This is the best bit of wild camping. Things don't always go to plan. You have to make last minute adjustments. Don't ask. Talk about indecisive wild camping. So we started off where we are now, then we had a look at Whiteless Pike, and then we had a gander over where that couple is now, that little crag there, and then decided I was going to go back to Whiteside, and then when I got to the junction I went up towards Crag Hill and decided there was nothing up there. So when I got back to the junction I thought, let's just come back here. At the end of the day I measured the wind again, it was 25, and I've had that out in 40 mile an hour and it never moved, so I don't know what I was flapping about, to be honest. But as you can see, we are pitched. The wind's still about 25 mile an hour, 20 mile an hour, something like that, and doesn't even move. But before I go to sleep tonight, I'll deploy all the guy lines just to be safe. It's not the flattest of pitches, but I will say I've camped on worse. Right, let's get all the gear inside. I've just been chatting to another camper then. He went up to Wandoop and he was going to pitch there, but he's decided against it. And when he was coming back down, he's like, is that a Kuiu Storm Star? Can I have a look? I was like, yeah, help yourself. So he was just saying they're hard to see in the flesh unless you're out in the wild, because they come from the States. But he mentioned that they've been getting a bit of flack on YouTube recently. People are struggling with these clips. Now, to be fair, when I first got this tent, I went out in it and I was like, these clips are a nightmare, but you do get used to how they work. I'll give you a little demo now. So this is how you do the clips. Put that on, and you squeeze it together. Ta-da! Take it apart, squeeze it down, pop it out. So yeah, once you get used to those clips, they're brilliant. I mean, the wind's blowing now, I mean, you won't be able to tell, but I've not even got it all guyed out, look at that. Anyway, I'll give you a bit of a tour what it's like inside at the moment. So I think I've said in one of my other videos, I got this footprint from Quintcraft. Lucy at Quintcraft made that for me. It does come with a ground sheet, but it only covers the living area, which to me, I prefer that. I prefer the vestibules done. But so this is the sleep system tonight. I've got the mountain equipment, Helium 600, the Thermarest, and the Highlander foil mat. Look at that for a view. Have a look in the Scarfells. So yeah, drone gear, camera gear. I've got one of those Nelly Flume bags. to put all my down gear in, which Chris told me about. That was Mr. Whelan's packing method of squeezing everything into a bag, and I'll tell you what, it saves a lot of space in your bag. Still can't get everything in that atom pack, so practice makes perfect. But anyway, so on this side of the tent, I've got all my scran. There's my tea for tonight, chicken curry, some bacon, some egg, some Heinz beans and sausages, water, some beers, and that's my lunch, what I'm going to have right now. The usual squashed Greg's ham and sausage roll, and I always forget something when I come camping, and on this occasion I forgot the bloody treats. No Skittles, no Mars bar. But anyway, we'll survive. That wind's not giving up. Although fortunately it's not too cold. I've got all my layers on. I've not got my down pants on yet. I've just got my long johns on, an extra lightweight fleece, heavyweight fleece, and my down jacket. So I'm nice and warm now. I'm just taking in this sunset here. Look at this. It's a little bit disruptive with the clouds, but I'll take that. There was two guys walking up Grassmore before, up that steep path, and I think they're camping up there because they had the Thermarest seal out on the bag, one of them. I'll tell you what, it's windy here. It must be windy up there, man, Jesus. I'll just give you a bit of a demo there, how windy it is. I think it's still about 25 miles an hour. But windy or not, loving it up here. See Buttermere down there, Robinson. You see most of the fells from up here. So as I say, the wind's about 25 mile an hour with the odd 30 mile an hour gust, and as you can see, I've not even got it all pegged out yet. The air raid shelter. But I will do before I go to bed. I'll guy it all out and just make sure it's rock solid. I'm just being a little bit lazy after that hike and a half today. Does anybody else get like that? Can't make their mind up where to pitch? Or is it just me? Said this, but the sunset is at 6 o'clock tonight, and it's just gone 6 o'clock, so it's going to get a little bit cold in about 15-20 minutes. Can't see any other campers about besides those two went up to Grassmore. Excuse me. I'll tell you what, this is a seriously underrated summit. Look at the views. Look at it. The valley down there is, I think it's a Newlands Valley. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll put it on the screen if I'm wrong. Very hazy. Yeah, there's not a soul about now. Besides us two. Well, considering the forecast said it was going to brighten up, it'd be nothing but clear blue skies. round. So I thought now's a good opportunity, whilst it's still light, to have a little mountain mooch. Again. I've definitely counted up the steps on this camp. Can't see so many tents. In fact, I can't see a tent at all. The only wild camper, well, the only wild campers are the two guys I saw going up Grassmore with the Z light on the back, and the fella I was chatting to earlier on. So I've seen three. I just thought of something. There's a pub down there. I wonder how long it'd take me to walk down there, have 3 or 4 pints, and walk back up. That'd make a good video, wouldn't it? Well, we're not going to do that. New table, £2.99 from Morrison's. Real termite chicken curry. They're quite pricey these, but believe me, when you've been hiking all day, they are they're worth it. They're good. Right, give it 8 minutes and we'll be fine dining. Yeah, I didn't make a chili last night. I made spaghetti bolognese for my tea last night. I just couldn't be bothered cooking again. So, oh, that smells good. I think I put too much water in though, to be fair. I'm nearly finished this and I'm still hungry. Would it be weird if I go up to Grassmore and ask some campers if they got any spare snacks? If I had snacks, I'd share them. Carry a bag for the rubbish. Leave no trace. I've left the treats at home. I'm genuinely heartbroken. Normally I'll have like a bag of Skittles or a Snickers bar or a Trackers bar or a packet of nuts or crisps or something, but nothing. Well, I've just finished the real termite, so I thought I'd come for a little late night stroll. It's a beautiful evening, all the stars are out. There's a few wild campers creeping about. There's someone on Robinson, around about Haystacks Way, and I think there's someone over there on Great End. All the lights of Buttermere are flickering. You can see old Morecambe Power Station, Lancaster flickering, all the lights. I can't see those two lads on Grassmore, but I've just measured the wind speed on the Kestrel, and it's like a constant 25 miles an hour, and every once in a while you get a bit of a mad gust of wind. Bloody hell, it's warm, look at that. It's 10. Oh, hang on, no, it's dropping quite significantly actually. It's probably 10 because it's been in my pocket. Oh, there we go, it's stuck on there. That's how warm it is, 9. Oh no, it's still going down. I'll bring you back when it's settled. Right, so tonight's temperature is 8 Celsius. 8.1. Oh, hang on. Yeah, 8. So, no need for the down pants this evening. And I'll tell you what, inside that Storm Star with the solid doors up, it's roasting. See all the cars going along Newlands Pass. there's another tent there, look. Oh, actually, no, that's that little car park, isn't it? What's it called? I'll put it on the screen. Ooh. Right, well, there's not really much going on, so I'll see you back in the tent later on. So I'm just sat here now, taking in the views, working my way through the sleeping medicine. I thought I'd show you how dark it is when I turn the light off. That wind, man. I've just been outside with a Kestrel and measured 35 mile an hour gusts. It's at a constant 24, 25, but it's weird. All of a sudden, it'll go flat, nothing, for about 5 minutes, and then it'll come back. So I'm not walking around outside in that. It's just no point. It's not cold, but there's no enjoyment in it. So I've just been inside my tent watching. See? Silence. Anyway, just been watching a few things on YouTube on my phone, working my way through the old sleeping juice, and that's it really. Tomorrow it's supposed to be a nice day. Forecast a beautiful day tomorrow. So the sunrise is at 20 to 7. Excuse me. So I'll get up about 6, quarter past 6, and hopefully we'll get a nice sunrise, and that should be it. Anyway, on that note, it's time to say good night. Good night. Ta-da. Good morning from the summit of Wandope. The time's 20 past 6 and the sun's due to rise in the next 15 minutes. That was a bit of a wild night. The wind didn't give up, but I managed to get a little bit of sleep, so it's not too bad. Beautiful morning up here. I'm going to watch this sunrise and then make a strong cup of coffee and some breakfast, and then it's time to pack up. So today's breakfast, we're on scrambled egg, beans and sausage, bacon, and a glorious cup of coffee. Ooh, I was ready for that, that's for sure. Beautiful morning today. It's just a little bit hazy and that wind is not giving up. The weather shows no mercy, that's for sure. But I can see a couple of people up there on Crag Hill, so it's time for the worst part of the camp, and that's put the tent away. So I'm going to get this tent put in the bag and we shall be on our way. Right, that's it, the tent's put away. Leave no trace. Nobody knows I was here except me and you. As you can see, the wind's still not giving up. But yeah, despite the wind, it's been a good camp. I've enjoyed it. I'm going to go back down the same way I came up, so I'm going to sign off here. If you have any questions for me or anything like that, it's always good to hear from you in the comments or message on Instagram, either way. But yeah, that's it for this one. I'll see you in the next one. Ta-da.